Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another discussion topic, sort of prediction video. Spoiler warning for you guys who don't want to know anything about this, and possible spoiler warning for the Walking Dead comic book series. I'll try to dance around them as best I can. In this one, we're going to be talking about another big character death, which could potentially be hitting before the end of the season, in addition to the finale, probably looking at episode 14, 15 type range. And that's going to be who do we think Dwight is going to kill? Okay, so since we got the descriptions for episodes 12 through 16 for the remainder of The Walking Dead Season 6 on IMDb, that is barring that they're actually correct, which I can't verify 100%, but they seem about right. Episode 14 is really the one that I'm looking at for this potentially happening in. Now, of course, we don't know for sure. They could change the television series. They could, move things around, remix it, shift it around, but there are some pretty big parts in the Walking Dead's Something to Fear, one of the best trades ever, Volume 17 of The Walking Dead. And we do have a few pretty big character deaths coming, in addition to the big finale where Negan makes his first appearance. If they go in order of the comic book series, before that, we have a couple characters on patrol. I won't mention their names for you. And what happens is Dwight, the character who stole Daryl's crossbow, actually is one of the higher-ranking people in Negan's Saviors. So he's kind of the leader of his own type of group, one of his highest people, similar to the guy on the motorcycle that Daryl took out with the rocket launcher in Episode 9, No Way Out. So this guy, Dwight, who we've seen before, of course, and Always Accountable, stole Daryl's stuff. What would have to happen for them to include this part would be he would have to have been captured as he left, which makes sense that he would, because Negan's Saviors were all over that place where him and Daryl and the others were. Daryl, of course, running into them with Sasha and Abraham. And we can assume that some of, I'm sure we're not done seeing Dwight. It's not the end for Dwight, and we are to assume that he didn't get away in the first half of Season 6. He actually gets captured by the Saviors. He gets punished for what he does, and then he goes back to doing his job and kind of learns his place in the Savior hierarchy, so to speak. And that if he doesn't do what he's told, he's going to be, he's going to be dead meat, so to speak. So this is a part coming up where a couple characters are on patrol. We've already heard in the television series about Sasha possibly changing out patrol with Eugene, so him and Abraham will be. And in the comic book series, a certain character, when they're in and around, looking around and that, is killed actually by Dwight. He's shot with a bolt. So, like I said, spoilers for the comic book series. Not to mention any names, not to say who. In the TV series, they could go the same route, or they could change it. There are some things that I've seen recently that would lead me to believe that they could possibly go the same exact route, but of course we wouldn't know that it's going to happen, and it will kind of pop up out of nowhere, making it would be a big character death, which could be episode 14 or 15, or it could be remixed for another character. Episode 14 says Heath and Tara are still out on their supply run. Instead of finding goods for Alexandria, they find trouble instead. So those are two characters there that are going to be off doing their own thing. They could be out and about. Could Dwight potentially run into them and kill one of them and then try to capture the other one? Man, that seems pretty likely as well, too. I have heard some rumors that maybe, because of course we know Heath is going to actually be leaving, it seems like he's going to be leaving the show because he's got another show he's going to be doing. So we're not sure how long he's going to be in the show for. Could he potentially be killed off at that point when they adapt this part of the comic book series? Or would it be Tara, or would it be either Eugene, Abraham, or somebody else in and around that area? So this one's a really, really tough one to kind of predict. Right now, Tara came in at a kind of an unusual part. Of course, she's with Denise and that. And, that could make sense to see Tara be the one who gets killed off, or Heath, because he's got the other show, or Abraham's had a lot of time recently. Maybe he could be the one when he's out on patrol who gets shot, and we see isn't that crazy that it would be Daryl's crossbow if they adapt this part that kills that character. You know, it'd be brutal, man. And how angry would Daryl be? And he would know right away who did it and what happened and everything. So we don't know for sure if this is going to be adapted at all. They could go totally different direction. But I thought it was a good, thought it was a good topic because it's coming up. And, we usually do get a couple big deaths near the end of the season. If you think of season 5, we had Noah, and, all the seasons past, we had Merle. And, they tend to put in some deaths a couple episodes before a big finale in that. And this season, we may get 2. Large character deaths before the end of the season. So, for me, I think I'm going to go with Tara right now, but because, we never really knew what they were doing with her anyway. But then that would mean that, Abraham would be in the series for longer, and who knows what they would do with that. It's going to be interesting. So I'll put up a poll for you guys in the cards at the top here, and you can click and you can vote on who you think it's going to be, who you think is most likely. Do you think it's any of the ones I mentioned? Do you think it's going to be somebody else, like maybe even could be Tasha, could be, Rosita, anybody who's probably close around Alexandria or on a run? I don't think it'd be somebody from the main group, like Rick or anybody like that. I think that would be an A character death is coming already at the end of the season. This would be more like maybe like a B character type deal. Maybe not a C, but like a B. C characters are like not that important. They die all the time. So we don't even really talk about that much. So write your comments below, guys. The part's coming up pretty soon if they use it. So let's discuss. What do you think? If you like this video, you can thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, you can share. You can favorite, bottom left. And if you want to subscribe the bottom left as well. That's it for this video today. I'll see you guys again, of course. The review, of course, tomorrow night will be posted. All the usual stuff, guys. Nothing changes. The usual stuff. Predictions for the next week, and really excited for the remainder of The Walking Dead season 6. It's almost over, and I'm so pissed off it's almost over. But season 6 has been so incredible. That's it for today. So see you guys again tomorrow for the review. Like I said, as always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace. See you guys.